loggerPro. When you first open the program up, you'll see something similar to this without the data, of course. But your probeware should automatically be detected and set up a force graph and 2 motion graphs from the motion sensor. If you don't see something similar to this, do let us know and we'll figure out what's going on. You've got a menu bar up at the top. For right now, it's good to know about the experiment and data areas. Under experiment, you can set up some things about data collection. That's in the middle of the pop-up. So 2 things to be aware that you can set is number 1, the length of your experiment. Today 4 seconds is plenty long enough. The other thing that you can set up is your sampling rate, which governs how quickly your detectors are going to collect data. Usually you want that as high as possible. Today 50 samples per second is good. Alright, before I show another menu option, let me show you the 2 buttons that you're going to work with today at the top of the graphs. There's a lot of buttons up there, but notice the last 2 on the right. This blue 0, set 0 point. If you click on that, it will let you collect data on your sensors with nothing going on. So this is kind of like tearing a balance out. The main probe that you want to set today is your force probe. So make sure there's nothing connected to the hook on your force probe, no strings with masses. And then simply hit the 0 button. It'll give you the option to 0 both the force sensor and the motion sensor. Just do the force sensor with nothing on it. And the second button here, this green button, is your go or start collection button. Hit that when you're ready to start the experiment. It's usually good to hit the green button and then get your experiment going. It takes some fraction of a second for your computer to kind of wake up. But play around with it, get a little bit coordinated. The idea is to collect most of the important things in your experiment and not too many extraneous bumps and odd things. Okay, one last thing up in the menu bar under data. After you've collected your data, and especially today, you'll have multiple runs of the experiment, as these graphs show, and you can use data to organize those a little bit better. So notice under data you can hide our particular data set. So I'll hide run 1 and you'll see the complicated graph of 2 experiments turn into 1. If you want that data back, simply show the data set. And finally, this is really a nice option. You can go in and for each experimental run, you can name it something that you remember. You can put comments to yourself. So this way you can distinguish between the different experiments that you run.